Hello everybody, and welcome back to more Kerbal. We last left off making a beast of a creation. So we have a goal. Our goal that we are setting right now is to get to Duna and then Duna's moon. And we're going to use this thing to get there. However, we won't be able to really get to both, whoops, I just pulled the cap off, to both of the, the moon and the planet and back with just this setup. So we do need something else to give it a bit of a kick, and it's nothing that we're going to add to this. We're actually going to make it an entirely new thing. Now, this thing specifically is going to be probably the coolest thing that we've made this far, so I'm going to plop that there. You may be asking, like, well, what do you, the coolest thing, that's quite an accusation you're putting on there. It is. It is indeed. And first we need, I guess I could put two of those, huh? No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Then we're going to, can I move that up a bit? Center it, because I'm OCD. We're going to add a couple of these. What? There we go. Wonder what I'm making. I'll tell you anyways. I'm not gonna leave it as a crazy surprise. I'm gonna make a space station. And it's going to be very basic, and it's just going to be a refueling station, I guess is what I should call it, instead of a space station. So it should be fun. We'll see how it works. It should be pretty dang easy to do. It's going to be fairly lightweight, as you'll see, but we need to make kind of this basic supports for it, right? So there we go. There is our basic support. Pretty easy. So the reason I'm doing it like this is because I plan on having two fuel tanks up and down. It will technically be left and right. It'll be kind of like this, when it's in space. That's how we'll think of it. But for launching, we're going to do up and down. And then the best part is that these will have docking ports on them. And if I can find any, I'll put them on. So like that. Boom. Pretty easy. So it's pretty much just that's going up into space, plus a couple fuel tanks. But what this will allow us to do is it'll allow us to get into the orbit of Kerbin, get some extra fuel, so that way we can make it to the moon, to Duna, and back. So that's my plan. We'll see if it fails miserably or not, but hopefully it'll work quite well. Now what I'm going to do here is something very basic. I'm just going to add a docking port there and a docking port. Whoa. I just need one, game. Thank you. How about, I hope that's centered. Perfect. So what this will now do is when we need to bring in more fuel tanks, if we want to with this fueling station, then we can very easily. And I could do two more out like that, but I want to keep it fairly simple so that we can get it all up into space in one go. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to attach the fuel tanks with another docking port. In fact, I'm just going to do that. That way we don't have to worry about it wobbling to pieces, basically, because that tends to happen when you do additional docking ports with docking ports and then trying to launch, at least in my experience. So that should work quite well. Now, one fuel tank, two fuel tanks, boom. That's pretty much it. Now we just need to launch this into space. So let's finish up some little touches on it and adding a little bit, such as support structures. So I've added kind of like a square of the support structures there, but I have another idea to help steady it a bit. So I'm gonna add just two struts like this. And then what's going to happen is I will do that all the way up to not there. I need to grab that. That was too much. How about right there? Oh, it's not doing it. Oh, no. I need it to attach, please. What if I just do one of them instead of trying to do both sides at once? Right there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that works. That's fine. We'll just do a couple of these. So this will keep it from rocking kind of like, you know, this direction. I know that's not symmetrical, it'll work. So it's not rocking back and forth. It's all for stability, especially when you're coming in to dock with it. In case you bump it, you don't want it just destroying itself, which I've had happen after spending several hours of putting a refueling station into space, bumped it the wrong way, and everything just kind of broke apart on it, which is kind of annoying. However, with it like this, we can actually have a bit more space to put a couple batteries, which we will need. So, put them right side up. Can I? Actually, let's do it on the side. There we go. That fits a lot better. No, let's move these somewhere else, actually. How about right here? And we'll do 4 of them. Because we need power to this thing. It is going to need a bit of solar panels on it. And a lot of that's because I'm going to have MechJeb on it. Which is not necessarily a 1x6 or a... Let's go by 1x6. No, let's go with the bigger ones. It'll work better. Anyways, it's not necessarily to cheat. It's just to do the docking process, which we've talked about before. It takes forever to do. So the reason I use MechJeb is because it speeds up time. I don't have, you know, hours of sitting here waiting, you know, to waste on docking. So it's best if I just use MechJeb for that. So we'll put that there. Do we need any other panels? I don't think we do. In fact, I'm pretty sure that just about does it for this. The last thing I did want to do, actually, which I totally forgot, was to add one of these on the ends here, and then put the docking port, if I can then find it, which is right there. And what this will do is it'll give me RCS, so then I can position it a little better if I need to. Oddly enough, you actually won't really need RCS on the station itself as much as you will on, you know, the pieces that you're bringing up, because it'll, especially MechJeb, will use RCS. And if you're just, you know, putting, whoops, didn't put the second one on. If you're just, you know, putting your, you know, whatever rocket you have and just docking it and fueling it, no matter what you're using, whether it's MechJeb or otherwise, you will need RCS because it allows you to move in at about 10 meters a second, which is what you'll need to dock and not destroy everything. So that helps with that process. We're just gonna make some finishing touches on this by putting a, we don't need a parachute because these won't be landing, it'll be staying in space, but we will need that. And I will need lights. That's the last thing that I need. So let me take a couple of these, and really they're there to make it so I can dock and see what I'm docking with, which helps out quite a bit. So we'll do one there. I know it's kind of wonky, but it'll work. And one there. That just looks retarded. Okay, we're gonna have to go. No, you know what? Let's do it this way. So I'm gonna pull these off. And I am going to do it like this, which I think is how it was put it on in the first place. I just like rotated it a ton. Yeah, we'll put it on like this, and then again like this, and we'll do 4 of them on each side. Come on, thank you. So, and like so. Okay, so that will give us enough light, hopefully, to do, you know, any docking maneuvers that we'll need to do. Good. Yeah, let's move this then up, which we need to click on. The hardest piece to click on. Oop, there we go. And we're just gonna just bring it up as far as we can, because now we need to kind of add the rest of our bits here. So we want to put, how do I save fuel on this and still get it to work properly? I think it might be just adding engines to this. So let's do that. Let's try it out. Oh, maybe not though. Let me think. Okay, so I've gone with a crazy creation, and I probably actually could move these and line them up properly like that. So I was going to put 2 on the top there, but it didn't look like it would be very safe, so I've gone with this. And because of that, I actually need to add support struts here. Boom. All the way up to this. And that did it on both sides, and I got to do it kind of on this side as well, but in a bit different manner. We're going to put it on the nose cone, like so, and then attach it to that. That'll work. Oh, that looks cool. I like that. So those will break off, and now we just need to kind of attach the rest. We're not going to put a fuel tank or an engine on this because we need this as a full fuel tank. Wow, I cannot talk today, but it's cool because we got this. Now we need to do the asparagus large with boosters, like so. Ugh. And it already has a, actually, okay, so let me take this decoupler off. Boom, asparagus large with boosters, and put that in like that. And I think that will work. We have mech jeb, yes. We have all of this. We have lights, yes. I think all of this will work properly. Let's try to grab the whole thing, move it pretty far down. That's much better. And make sure everything is launching correctly. Boosters with the struts, then those all break off. Then those engines for the asparagus launch. Then we break those one off at a time. Then that breaks off. And this is in my way. I can't actually. Ugh. Can I move you, mech jab? Can I? Oh, gosh, no, that's not what I wanted. It's not. No, oh no. Okay. Okay, we got this. So that breaks off without touching mech jeb. All 4 of those do their thing. This I need to close. So then these do it with those, and these engines then break off. And the very last thing are these, which we don't want to use. So I'm going to try to put an empty one there. I think that'll work, hopefully. So, refueling, okay, 1, save, launch. Oh, it is one giant glorious craft of doom that is not very secure, and you know what? I know that now, because it's a little wobbly here. So, okay, I'm gonna go back then. Let's go revert to vehicle assembly. We're just gonna add a couple support struts because we really need it. So the first ones we're gonna add are right here. So like so. And I wanted that to go on both sides, and I did not have it set to do so. There we go. And then there's gonna be one more, which will be like right. Okay, how do I want to do this? Probably, no, come on, game, come on. I want it right, no, oh, I did it again. There we go, right there. And to connect, not to the lights. That's not what no game, that's not quite what I wanted. Okay, so let's do it differently. Let's do it from here then. I want 2. I don't want all of them connecting like to these 2 tanks, so I gotta go 2 at a time here. Did that work? It did. Okay, so now we're gonna save it and launch. So hopefully it won't wobble itself to pieces as we're launching, which was kind of my fear of what was gonna happen once we actually got going. I mean, it kind of started tilting left and right. Yeah, see, it much more stable now. Cool. Let us go.